Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm playing Game Dev Tycoon. This has recently been released on Steam after it was greenlit. It did originally come out before, but then obviously it had a while before it came through on Steam. So I just thought I'd have a quick play. I had this before it was out on Steam, but now it's out on Steam I thought I'd give it another look to see what's changed. So company name, Talon Gaming. Might as well go with what. And we'll have the balls that up. There we go. Who should we be? Him. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Right. So yeah, you can obviously understand the general idea of this is you're a game developer, but you start like 35 years ago. So it'd be like as a lot of these consoles were still like back when game development itself almost properly started. So you start off in a garage and you work your way up through offices and stuff as you earn money. So it's quite an interesting little game. It's worth a little look. So there we go. I just got an achievement for buying the game, which is fantastic. So there we go. Right, let's develop ourselves a new game. I probably should have turned tutorials off. Okay, so our first game will be fuck it, I'll stick with the Talon thing for now and go Falconry Warfighter. There you go. Right, the topic will be, oh wow, we've got really right, so yeah, so this is already different. Right, so we'll change that already. We'll do Falcon football. There we go. And we'll have a sports going. It would be action, strategy or simulation. We'll do a simulation. Sports simulation game. On do it on the PC for now. Okay. Right, we want awesome for the time. Awesome graphic. There you go. Falcon football is going to be like the best game out there. Yeah, right. So yeah, it runs through different stages. So your first stage, you'll start looking at engines, gameplays, and story. So obviously for a football game, there's not really much of a story, so that can come straight down. It's all about the gameplay and a little bit of engine. So we'll do it about that should be alright. So then you start developing that. Right. So yeah, as it starts going up, it'll get more in levels in design, more in technology, just to basically start refining it, and then you'll get more bugs, bugs are over here. So you'll start ironing them out at the end. Right, football. So you'd want better AI, and I'll tell you what, we'll put AI really high. Dialogues up a bit more because we want chanting. Level design isn't exactly much, it's going to be a pitch, so we can bring that right the way down as well. Tell you what, we'll leave a little bit on there. So there you go. So yeah, these are research points which you use to build, like you spend that to get better research, so you can start doing more impressive things with the games and build better engines to build your games on, things like that. So like you'll be able to get better sounds, better graphics, better world design. You can do like open worlds, you start building MMOs and all this kind of stuff, but you've got to work your way there. It's quite difficult at times. Right, world design's going to be quite low. Want graphics as high as we can, and we'll have sound up fairly well as well. There we go. That sounds about right for a football game. 4 bugs. Right, there you wait at the end, and you'll start to slowly iron out the bugs. So you want to release it with as little bugs as possible, preferably none. And you can wait a little bit, get a few extra points if you do so wish. So we'll release it like that. This will then go to like the press, and the press give you reviews based on how good your game is and all this kind of stuff. So this is the overview of what we got. So we got a new topic, new combo, so we get some bonuses to experience. So eventually you yourself start getting better at creating some of these things, which later on plays a bigger role. because once you're doing bigger games you can't do absolutely everything by yourself, so you have to dedicate like the sound to one person and that kind of stuff, so the person who's the best level of sound you'd put towards that. So there we go, just got another one. So first time I've loaded it up on Steam. Your game's now complete, yeah, so now you just wait for the new. Right, here's the first of our reviews. Now we find out if it's a flop or a success. It's average. So right, we've got a decent average, a fairly high average. High average again. Okay. Right, that's not bad for a first game. It's still positive. You can invest a little bit of time to analysing your creation. Yeah, okay. So now the game will release, and then you can watch your initial savings come in. So Talon Gaming, a newcomer in the industry, has released their first game, Falcon Football. The game received favourable reviews. With such a good start for Talon Gaming, are sure to gain fans quickly. So here we go. This is week 1 sales. So we saw, nice, there you go, we made it to 30 in the charts. So yeah, we should earn most of our money back from that. We gained 23 fans, there we go. Right, but while that's bringing us in some money, we've already made profit now, so we will go straight into developing the next game. What topics did we have? Superhero space. An action space game. There we go. Again on the PC. So we'll call this one Space Hawk. There you go. I know, I'm so original. Has achieved a company sales record of over 10,000 units sold. This is an important milestone for the history of Talon Gaming. So there we go, we've hit our first milestone. We've sold over 10,000. Right, so for this one, I want... Ooh, this one's quite mixed. You want a bit of story in there, you want decent gameplay, and you want fairly decent engine as well. So we'll keep the gameplay up really high. We'll put the engine about, and we'll split it like that. This is probably a really bad move. It's been so long since I've played this game, I've kind of forgot good ways of making some of these games. It was just me just scratching my head there and not actually making any progress. And again, stop scratching your head, crack on. There we go. Right, now, this time, because it's an action game, we want... AI... We want slightly better level design, I think, this time. AI... Something like that. It's going to be quite a middle of the road sort of game. Right, Falcon Football is now officially off the market. Sold a total of 17,000 units. Generated 121,000 in sales. Not bad, not bad. Right. We'll keep the graphics good, we'll bring the sound down a spot, and we'll take the world design up. Yeah, that looks good. Right, now let's iron this out and see how we do. So yeah, this is basically the G64 is steadily outselling competitors in the PC sector, so at the minute that's the favoured console. For now. Right, are we done ironing them out? Yep. New record on the old tech, new topics. Okay. Just quickly speed through that. Oh, here we go. The reviews. Will Space Hawk be a success or will it be a total flop? Or is it going to be another high average again? Generally, as long as you get an average, the game makes a profit, so that's good. Obviously what we want a full 10 out of 10 game down the board, because then it's going to make you a fortune. And then that's when you can start really moving up in the world. That's not too bad for week 1 sales at the start. Again, it's just made a profit, so we'll do a bit of research, methinks. So, we want a new topic. We really badly need a new topic. Oh, these are terrible. Martial arts, yep. We'll get a couple of new topics and see if we can make any more interesting games. I think we'll try and make an RPG or something, methinks. Research again. Life. Fantastic. Wow, we've got some really bad luck on these. Ninvento. Dinky King, yeah. Okay. Right, so what could we do? We haven't done, so we've done a simulator, an action game. So yeah, we'll do an RPG next. Come on, be nice. Mystery, that'll do. It's not great, but it'll do. Right, we could do maybe a superhero RPG. We got that. You could do a life simulation and basically do something like The Sims, as it were. Let's see what we got. Let's have a look. Right, I'm gonna try a superhero RPG. Okay, I'm sticking with the PC. It's doing well and it's cheaper to develop on. Who can we rip off? Talon, man. There you go. Let's see how we do. Right. So for this, we don't need a very strong engine. We need better story and amazing gameplay. So we'll bring the gameplay down just a little bit. We'll try and even them out a touch. There we go. Right, they're releasing a console. Right, now we want to do... Put some dialogues in there. The AI in an RPG doesn't need to be that great. We'll try and keep the level design up. Let's try that. Oh, this one's very low on the old tech. Right, we want really good world design. Graphics will bring down a little bit. And sound will keep quite low as well. Oh, right, yeah, that's a thank you from the developers, yeah. So yeah, go and support these guys in doing this game. Yeah, there's the website you need to go to have a look at the game itself. Or, as I say, you can now buy it on Steam, so you can get it on Steam, or you can get it straight from them. So, there you go, that's the developer, Greenlit Games. It is a really worthwhile game. I mean, as I say, I bought this months ago, literally when it first came out, and I played hours on it. So it is good fun, particularly when you start getting to the higher stuff, because you start having to really think about who you're going to put to do what task and what you're going to mix together, and then you've got to be really careful about if you do one type of game near enough another one, and you've got to start looking out for trends and then getting on the right console, and you've got to start like going towards it, like setting your target audience, and so it starts to get more and more complicated as you get on, whereas at the minute it's really simple. It doesn't stay that way for long. Oh, again. This is a proper average very average. Still, should be profitable. Well, it sold more than the last game, so and we're getting fans, so it's not so bad. Contract work, yeah, we don't care about contract work, it's fine. I just want to get on with game development. So, do one more. Right, we'll do a life simulator. So basically we're going to be ripping off The Sims. The thems, there you go. We all know what I mean. So, right, for this, story is like completely irrelevant. So we'll bump up the graphics and we'll bump up the engine again. The Invento came out today. Okay. I'd say this time you'd need the AI to be good. Level design could come down a bit. Dialogues? Would you need dialogues? Yeah, I'll keep the dialogues up and we'll bring the level design down a bit more. That's probably wrong, but oh well, it's fine, I'm sure. Graphics up, world design down a little bit. Doesn't need to be that great. Sound gonna go up. Try that. Let's see how we get on. Get them bugs rolling out. There we go. Well, at least we're profitable. New topic, new combo. There we go. Get all these skills leveled up nicely. Bless me. Right, first review of our new game. Average again. We need a groundbreaker. We need a serious groundbreaker. And it's just not happening. Not with the topics that we've got. The topics we've got are bad. Still, it sold a hell of a lot. I can't argue with that. Right, I'll do one more before I end the video. How much have we got research? New topic. Pirate, that could be quite good. An action, a pirate adventure game or something. That might work. Actually, that could work pretty well. Maybe. We shall see. We'll see what else we get in case we get anything good. Detective. So what you could do, like a detective RPG. Something of that nature. Some LA Noire kind of stuff. And yeah, we'll do one more. Just in case we get a real good... Ooh, military. Now that is a good one. You do a military action game. Or a military simulation game. You're sorted. Some of my best ones were that, so... I think the highest one I ever had was Fantasy RPG. Which made me a couple of million, so... yeah, right, let's do it. Right. Yeah, I'm going to use military. We're going to do a military action game. Licensing costs 80. Right, we'll make use of it while it's here because that owns the market at the minute. So it's going to cost us a lot to make, so we need this to be a success. So, military action. Ooh. There we go. We'll just keep with the theme. The names really don't matter all that much. I don't think, anyway. When I first did it, I just literally went down lists of games, just ripping them off and just changing words. So, right, for an action game, a little bit, just a little bit, yeah, like that. Right, now we want level design up, AI. Yeah, we'll do it slightly different. We'll have not very good dialogues, but we'll have pretty decent AI. That could be quite good. So this is the thing, you've got this constant juggling at, because obviously every time I change this it alters both the others as well. So you've got to try and just prioritise one just slightly more than the others. So with this, obviously I don't need the best world design, but I do need pretty good sound. So if we even out sound and that, then we can have graphics at full. That should work. Yep. Yeah, so there we go. They're basically just saying that it's awesome having the old console, which should be useful for us. Alright, get that ironed out. Let's hope this one's a success, because if not, I've just spent a lot of money on nothing. Right, let's do it. I think that broke a couple of records there for us. Yeah, 2 new records. Oh, here's the tense moment. Oh, it's very tense. Here we go. No, it's not a 10. Damn it! I can't get a high roller. I just cannot get a high roller. Well, there we go. That's the highest we've had so far, so... Played it for days, they did. Well, at least it's still going to be a general success. I mean, it's just smashed. It nearly made 10,000 sales in its first day, so we've pretty much got our money back at least. I mean, not quite, but we'll get there. Right, anyway. This has been Game Developer Tycoon. Check it out on Steam. Thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video if you want to see more. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see any other videos. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye.